I started working at General Motors out of college. Spent 35 years with General Motors, most of which was spent exclusively with Corvette. The Corvette family is a unique group of people that truly love the car, but they take care of each other. Every car that you are exposed to gives you an opportunity to learn something that you didn't know. And from spending time in the Corvette assembly plant, I know firsthand that no two cars are built the same. Styling cars were not built in the assembly plant. The stylists get to experiment, and they do things that they would not normally do on a production car to try to create excitement around a particular mark. These cars were built specifically for two of the most significant styling people in General Motors history, Harley Earl and Bill Mitchell. Harley Earl was the founder of the styling department at General Motors. He came into a world where automobiles were appliances. And he identified the fact that you needed to make these cars more exciting. And it was more than just color, it was the shape. And I think Harley truly gets credit for bringing beautiful shaped cars into General Motors and really the entire automotive world. The 63 Harley Earl styling car has many features, but it was actually done at the end of the 1963 model. So it has 63, 64, and even 65 parts on it. The interior and the exterior were both taken from Cadillac. This was a color not yet introduced in Corvette. It came out in 1965 as Nassau Blue, which is close but not the same as this color. The car has aluminum wheels. They do look like production wheels. They were very early production wheels, but if you look behind the wheels, you find brake calipers, which did not come along. The disc brakes did not come along until '65. The interior is similar to a '63 Corvette, but completely different in that everything's wrapped in leather, and then they added gauges. They went gauge crazy. In 1963, everybody wanted their car to look like an airplane. So they added a bigger clock. They added an accelerometer. They doubled up some gauges, and then last but not least, the most important gauge in an airplane, the altimeter. You notice the fuel-injected engine is gone. It's a 327, 300 horse car, but they added air conditioning. So they didn't run the headers all the way to the heads. They ran a cast iron exhaust manifold, and then they did a custom exit with 2 ports, so only 2 of the pipes on the passenger side of the car are exhausting the exhaust system. They looked great, but they were beyond what a manufacturing process could handle or what a customer really would expect in a production car. It's an interesting car in the fact that Harley did not design this car. Bill Mitchell, who took Harley's place as the head of styling when Harley Earl retired, was the one that was in charge and truly should get credit for the styling of the car that we're looking at. This car was built as a gift for Harley Earl for the work that he'd done, and it was done in the Harley style, the flamboyant style that Harley and Bill Mitchell both had. On the 1964 car that we have, that was Bill Mitchell's own car. He built that car for himself. And what he did is he tried out some things on that car that showed up on later Corvettes. 4-wheel disc brakes, the Dayton wire wheels. The door glass in that car is unique. There's no vent window, and so he introduced flow-through ventilation. Astro-ventilation is what it became known as. The side vents in the car, we added some inlet grills that were egg crate looking grills. They look exactly like miniature versions of the 1970 Corvette side grille that came out later. On the back of the car, He added a third tail light. And then he also added extended exhaust tips, very much like a Ferrari, trying to get that European sports car look. Every part on the interior is wrapped in blue leather. But he went one step further. He put a high back bucket seat, first time that had been in a GM car, and it turned into the standard in 1968 on all Corvettes, as well as other GM vehicles. The car also has a 3-speed automatic, one of the very earliest turbo 400 automatic transmissions that didn't show up in Corvette until 1968. So it really set the stage for everything that was to happen to Corvette from here on. We decided these cars are so connected, with Bill Mitchell being responsible for both cars, but having the Harley Earl connection, we decided the only way that these cars would go would be as a pair, because they need to be together, because they tell a story. And it's really part about the history, not just of these cars, but the whole styling department at General Motors. We'd love to see these go to someone that truly can appreciate it, but more importantly, can share that with people and help continue to tell that story.